Hey, what's up, YouTube? I hope you guys are having a great day. Man, as you can see, I'm outside. I just wanted to come out for a little bit because I was literally sitting in the office all week, just, on the grind and all of that. And I said, I need to do some more videos and come on outside. I mean, just look at this sky, man. It's just, that's how it's been today. It was just full of these big puffy clouds, and the sun is just out here doing this thing. And so I said, man, let me get some of this sunlight here. But I wanted to come to you because I want to make sure that this video that I'm about to show you, this is actually from a broadcast that we just did. And in this broadcast, what I talked about is basically how we have to reimagine, or we have to really think in our minds again, what the Black community is. We're going to have to start rethinking what that is. I think for many of us, for the longest time, is if you're watching this video, when you think of the Black community, you think of a large group of people that are all working together and are all supporting one another. And there's a network, there's a system that's in place where everyone is supporting one another. Now, that is true. We do have that, but you cannot spell community without the word unity. And unity on a grand scale, generally speaking, it's not there. It just isn't. And so what I am proposing is that we're going to have to start thinking much smaller. Number one, before I show you this video, I am not advocating abandoning Black folks. I'm Black myself. I can't abandon myself. I love my culture. I love my people. And I can't abandon that. I can't run away from that. But the reality is that because there is not a set of, what we talked about recently on another video, a code of ethics, there's not boundaries, aren't things that we abide by, standards that we abide by, or we hold ourselves to. What we're witnessing right now is what we have been calling a community literally eating itself alive. That's just true. And there's a few videos I'm seeing starting to pop up on YouTube now where others are starting to realize this, and they're expressing their disappointment, and they're saying how, man, this is just a very strange place that a lot of Black folks are at right now. There's a lot of self-hatred. There's a lot of just infighting and all of this other stuff. So anyway, I want you to watch this clip, okay? I want you to watch this clip, and then when we come back, I want to give you some specific things that you should start thinking about now, okay? Because we're not going to just throw that out there. We're not complaining and just going to leave things hanging. I just want you to have these specific things to think about and understand that there are things that are moving right now, and you definitely need to not just be talking about it, you need to be active in it. So let's go to the clip, and I'll be right back.
They said New York State now removing red tape to allow illegal migrants the ability to obtain government state jobs. When I tell you this thing right here is the system as we know it, ladies and gentlemen, is letting you know that there is no, how Black people were the ones, anytime when the system is like, okay, we need to do something for the ones that are least fortunate and need help and all that stuff. Oh, forget that now. The new people on the block, if you will, that the system is looking after are these illegals that they're bringing over here. And here's the governor of New York, and she's making it very clear what they are doing right now. So let's go and take a listen to what she has to say on this matter here.
Can you send some of the migrants up here? We need them. I hear this in every corner of the state. Governor Kathy Hochul's administration recently agreed to a proposal that could make it easier for migrants to get temporary jobs in state government. Approved earlier this month, the Civil Service Commission is working with agencies to implement the changes, which include dropping typical application requirements like proof of a high school diploma or proficiency in English.
I have 10,000 openings in the New York State workforce, from our operations to SUNY. I have 10,000 openings. So this is to give options for people, but to say we are working intensely to get work authorization applications. These are all legal people.
The goal is to make it faster for migrants to get jobs once they get legal work authorization. Hochul is eyeing around 4,000 entry-level positions that are currently unfilled within state agencies. Those include clerical or administrative roles, technical support, equipment service and repair jobs, as well as those positions in food services. Those jobs won't be limited to just migrants, and officials are billing it as a win-win, according to an internal memo obtained by New York One.
I'm anxious to get this moving quickly, and once they're approved, we can match people to jobs. They don't need to be reliant on services any longer, which I think is the objective, to not have people supported by taxpayers in our shelters.
It's part of an ongoing effort to inject new blood into a shrinking state workforce.
Okay, so that's that one. And I'm going to continue on because there's another story that popped up too as well. So let me get that up here. And then we're going to chat about it for a moment here, because this is something I'm telling you right now, people, you know, while some of our people are, chatting about all this other stuff here, this is what's happening in real life here. So now this is in the state of Maine. This is in the state of Maine. Let me read to you what is going on in the state of Maine. They said 2 years of free rent. They're giving them 2 years of free rent if they don't have a job. They said the apartments illegals get for free will cost $1,800 to $2,300 per month. Illegals only have to pay 30% of the rent if they make more than half the average salary of $60,000 per year. Otherwise, it's free. After 2 years, they will be expected to pay 30% of the rent. Only 30% after 2 years. While, everybody else, you got to pay 100%. And so this is, I guess, apparently was at a town hall, and this is someone kind of venting off at this. And let's take a listen here and see what they're talking about.
This housing crisis is pathetic. You guys are listening to the state. You have all these houses being built. That's discrimination in my eyes. And I wanted to know if you guys had your lawyer here, because my cousin, my ex-wife, my friend, my black friend, my white friend, any friend, they have to follow the standards of this. If they want to go to a place in Brunswick, they need 3 years tax returns, first month, last month, Social Security, this, that, and it's a battle. Nobody can live. But now you're just going to fill these houses full of people that don't have any of that. They're not even from here.
Right.
Hate to say it. Half of them are illegal because they came across the border not through the port of entry. And some may be legal. Well, if they're legal and they got a job and they're paying their taxes and they're paying their bills and they got 3 months proof of this and that, so what's going on? Am I too white? Is that what it is? Do I work too much?
Anyway, so there you go. And so then we heard the other day, and if I had that, I would cue that up too. But we also heard the other day that it came out that Biden administration has just admitted or just acknowledged that they have been flying people over the border and dropping them off in places all throughout the country. There's another video. The last time that I played this video from this person or whatever, and they YouTube flagged me because he just be telling too much truth. But yeah, he is doing investigative journalism right now down in Arizona, where I am. Yeah, in south part of the state on the border, where what is it, Ramada Inn, I believe it is, one of the hotel chains. They have a whole hotel down there where they're bringing these illegals into these hotels. They literally have it fenced around. They got a dark fence around it. I'm not making any of this up. They have a tall, dark fence around it. This is just a regular hotel. They got a fence around it, and they got some dark tarp around it. And they're bringing these individuals across the border and pushing them into these hotels where it's used as a staging ground for them to go all throughout the country. And this investigative journalist, he went down there and he's trying to get information. And guess who he sees at the one of the guards? A black man. And he asked the black man, he said, hey, listen, because he said, listen, we got word that, they got some women and children in there and they're doing a lot of human trafficking and stuff. That's what we're seeing. And the dude was like, yeah, so basically he didn't care. He was like, listen, I'm making more money than you. And I was just like, oh, Lord. Say, brother, please, bro. So you got all kinds of people in this stuff. But here's the thing that I want. Here's the thing that I want people to understand with this. And this is a very important thing. Very important point that I want to make. Very important. And it's this. Is that the days of black people being the oppressed favorite of this system in the United States is long done and over with. It's over. They're not thinking about you anymore. If you thought they cared and loved you before, they ain't love you then, and they sure enough don't love you now. The new kid on the block are the illegal immigrants. And yes, they're illegal. And I say that if you white, I say that if you brown, I say that if you black. If I entered into a country without going through the legal way of entering to that country, that would make me illegal. So don't miss me with all that. They're not illegal. They're freedom seekers or whatever the word is right now for that. No, that's illegal. Period. It is. And so what I want people to understand is that, yes, you are literally, I'm talking about black folks now. We are in the middle of being replaced. I know you all been looking at all these movies and seeing that, they, whatever the movies are where they creating clones and all that. No, they're trying to tell you what's really happening. Yes, black folks, you are being replaced. Who are your replacements? It's the illegals that they're flying over here. They are. And so they're literally are flying them to all these different cities all throughout the United States, and they're doing it at breakneck speed, y'all. At breakneck speed. It doesn't matter if they're African. It don't matter. You got Africans up in there. You got Chinese people in there. You got all kind of people coming all through there, the southern border. They just pushing these people through. Just pushing them through. And the thing that really sticks out to me, and people have pointed it out, why is it all men? I mean, any country would see that and be like, that kind of looks like an army to me. Where's your wife and where your children? Well, the men, they go first because, that's kind of how it always been, is that the men go first and they secure a job and then eventually they'll bring their families. Well, that may be true, but there may be more to this story than what we think it is. So people got to really understand, my hope is that our people, for the remaining few that would even listen, my hope and prayer is that you wake up, because it's happening now. It's literally happening now. You have no government at all. And surprise, surprise, you never had a government that really had your back. Not really. You understand? We've been so caught up in, oh, we got to get representation. Listen, the people that's quote unquote representing you don't care. They're the ones that are pushing this stuff too. They're pushing it as well. They're pushing the immigration as well. Every time they get up there and open their mouth talking about, yeah, you know, because we're marching for the black man and the brown man. Whoa, wait a minute. Hold on. What you talking? And the people of color. Okay, who's all of that? And there's no illegal in God's eyes because God's kingdom, it ain't, well, no. This is supposedly each nation has a set of laws. What's happening right now, like I said, they are literally trying to redraw the map from an economic standpoint, from a political standpoint, and the voice that black folks once had, the little voice we had right now is literally being squelched. And I'm telling you right now, all of this confusion and division that we've been seeing right now amongst black people when it comes to this whole identity crisis that our people been going through right now, from I'm an Indian, I'm a Native American, I ain't had nothing to do with no Africans. And, you know, then you got the other ones talking about I'm a Jew, we're the real Hebrews. And you got them people. And then you got, well, I'm a Moor, I ain't got nothing to do with neither one of y'all. And, you know, all of this different division that's going on. I'm a Freeman and all of that. I'm an FBA. Now you see and now you understand why they had to raise up the Tariq Nasheeds, why they had to raise up all these other people that are trying to push this whole delineation thing. Like I said, I do understand why we do need to celebrate and to hold on to our individuality as a people here in the United States. Same thing with the people in going on in Haiti or in some of these other, you know, be proud of your culture. You know, black people here, we're not a catch-all culture. We shouldn't be seen. We have our own unique culture. I'm with that. I'm 100% for that. I've never had a problem with that. But the problem I have is that it came with a lot of division in it built in, where you got a lot of people name calling and all this other stuff and derogatory things and all that stuff. And what it did is actually breaking things apart. You guys heard this story now where you got American black women now in some parts in Africa. There's one country in Africa now, they getting killed left and right now. I think they up to number 6 or 7 now. So it's like division. Then I heard today you got Haiti. They got another. What else is going on? Tell me something new in Haiti. Well, today I just heard again, they having another revolution right now. They got somebody else. He called himself Barbecue. That's his name. This is the rebel leader down there. He called himself Barbecue. And while all of this division is happening, while all this stuff is happening, they're just moving all these people in, moving all of them in, and they're erasing you. And this is why I've been telling people it's this whole mindset. I kind of want to show y'all something my son sent to me. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Hold on. It was in Gambia. Thank you, Wane. Hold on. Let me see. I think I should show it to you. Let me see if I can pull this up here. See, one is a video. Daggone it. And I tell you what, I can bring it. I'm going to switch it on, but I got to turn the volume down because it's got some music on it. Daggone it. Hold on. Okay. Got it on my desktop. Let me just show you because see, I want to show you the imaginative world that many of our people are in. And I'm telling you, you're going to have to wake up. This is how we imagine. This is what we imagine how all black folk one day magically are going to come together, and we just all going to come together and we all going to be one. Whoa. Anyway, here's the what this is the kind of stuff we're in. This is what I'm telling you. This is what I'm talking about. Here we go. This is what I'm talking about, y'all. This is what I'm talking about. This is what we see. This is what we think here, that somehow magically I don't even we think magically that somehow black folks are going to all come together and we all going to be on one accord and it's just going to happen. It's just going to come together. This is what many of us have told ourselves, and we programmed ourselves. I'm looking at this stuff. Dang, how many crowns you got? Okay, anyway, we programmed ourselves into thinking that we can fight like Satan and all the devils, fighting each other. We can shoot each other. We can kill each other. But somehow, some way, at the snap of the finger, we all going to just click. We're all going to come together. Family, there's no historical precedent of that at all. This is why, like I said, the videos I don't like doing, the series I don't like doing, but, it is what it is that we have unfortunately created a culture of hating ourselves. We have. And it's not going to happen like that. That's not happening. What I am advising people to do in this day right now is stop thinking that way. And now you have to start focusing on you and your family. Do you understand? And anybody else that may come along your way. Anything that may come along your way, I tell you, it's, then you need to partner with them. If there's someone that you share, certain values and all of that, then then by all means that needs to happen. You know what I mean? You can connect with these people, and don't think it's going to be a whole huge crowd. More often than not, I'm just trying to prepare you. It's going to be very small, and you need to be thankful for that. I would love to be there. I would love, and I've spent years Team Truth, because he said something will cause us to unite. Don't know what it is. I mean, you can hold on to that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at you for that. Not at all. I'm not mad at you at that. But but again, all I have to look at as a reference is history. That's all I have. And history in of itself has yet to prove that a group that has already set a new precedent right now of hating ourselves, that somehow, some way, we just going to magically come together. It's just not possible. That doesn't make me anti-black. I don't hate black folks for that. It's none of that at all. But what I'm saying is there needs to be a new strategy when it comes to how when it comes to preparing yourself for this transitioning that's happening right now as we speak. You understand what I'm saying? So you got to find people, you start with your family, but as time goes on, there'll be other people that will come along with, along the lines, and you'll meet them, and, and there may be some shared values and stuff like that. Well, that's part of your group. You understand what I'm saying? And then you just build along with that. But to think that it's going to be something like those images that I just showed you. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to tell you, this is probably one of the hardest and probably one of the most difficult videos that I personally have done. I'm being honest with you, because again, my mindset, just like many of you, my mindset is that, like those clips that I showed you, the artwork, that AI artwork someone put together, you got all these black folks working together and all of this stuff. We're going to become one big army and all of that. That's not happening. You cannot, like I said in the clip, you can't point to one historical precedent where black folks right in the middle of killing one another, right in the middle of cussing each other out, right in the middle of stealing from one another, all of a sudden the mighty horn just blows from the heavens, and then we just stop, and all of a sudden it's like, you know what? You're my brother. Let's work together. That's never happened. It's never happened. And if it's never happened, there's a good chance it never will. It's never happened. And we have to start thinking this way. We have to accept this reality. You understand what I'm saying? Because as I pointed out, it's a wrap. Do you understand what I'm saying? But I want you to understand, I'm not giving up on black folks. You understand what I'm saying? So number one, what do we do, Dwayne? What are you suggesting? Number one, stop thinking group economics. Stop thinking in large groups. Stop thinking that we're all of a sudden one day we're going to come together, we're going to put our stuff together, and we're going to start building things together and all of that. Stop it. Okay, you got to stop thinking on larger scales. The way you're going to have to start thinking is on a much smaller micro scale. Okay, very small scale. What am I talking about? Getting together with family and friends that have proven themselves over time to be people who truly have your best interests at heart. That's the people that you have to focus on. Those are the people that you have to target. Those are the people that you need to ride or die with. You can't think on this larger scale. You got to stop thinking that way. Okay. And here's the thing that's going to mess up some people and some members of your group. They're not going to look like you. All right. I'm being real. You can't sit here and just think that it's all going to be a whole bunch of black people. You're going to have some white people in your group. You're going to have some people of other races that are in your group. If they have a shared interest in wanting to see each other win, you win, they want to, and then of course they want to see you win, and then of course you want to see them win. That's how we have to start thinking. You understand what I'm saying? You can do that and at the same time still preserve who you are without losing your identity, without losing your culture. You can still do that. Okay, we think somehow that we're going to lose ourselves if we start partnering with people who have our best interests at heart. You got to stop thinking that way. Okay. Number two, I would say 1A, when it comes to economics, this whole notion, you got all of these people who come up talking about how we got to build our own banks and all this stuff. We got to have our own black owned banks. There was a time for that, but that's not happening right now. Again, you have to start thinking in smaller terms. You got to start thinking smaller and being effective. Do you understand what I mean? What am I talking about? Here's an example. Right now, what's happening is that in the cryptocurrency environment right now, it's a major boom that's happening right now. People are making 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 10 times their investment. Okay. Now, again, we're not a financial page and I'm not a licensed advisor and all that. You got to say that stuff. But what I'm saying is this, it's a golden opportunity right now for you as an individual. I ain't talking about your cousin. I ain't talking about your mama and them. I'm talking about you who's watching this video right now. We are in a golden time right this second, right now, as I'm talking to you. At the time that you're watching this, if you're watching this video and it's March, in the springtime of 2024, this is the time right now for you as an individual to start looking in that direction when it comes to investing. Okay. I'm seeing a little bit. I don't have a whole lot to invest in, but the little that I've invested, I have seen some serious gains off of that. And I just wish I had more, but hey, you work with what you got. And so you got people who are turning money over quickly. Now, you can't do that. Now, imagine you trying to get, I'm going to get all these 10, 20, 50, 100 black folks. We all going to get together and we're going to start doing all this. By the time you start organizing, by the time you start putting money together, and then when the money comes, then you got arguing there, you got more fighting and all this other stuff there. Ain't no time for that. There's no time for that. Okay, you got to do for you, and you got to stop waiting for some pastor to come and try to organize you. You got to stop waiting for, someone to come and blow the trumpet in the sky and say, okay, time for y'all to start working together. This is the time right now for you to start getting your stuff together and start building what has been put in you. This is the time for you to start doing that. Stop waiting for anybody else. In fact, what I probably will do as I'm talking here, I think I'm going to close this video out with a very interesting audio that I came across, very interesting. And what I will say is this, because a lot of us, we came out of this environment where we talk about how, all of us, this is probably one of the biggest mistakes that we've made when it comes to me as a people. In the Hebrew Israelite world, when we were in the Hebrew Israelite world, we would say we're all the chosen, all black people, we're all the chosen. Again, this is that mindset again, that we feel like we all gonna come together, we all big group. But have you ever thought that perhaps it's not this whole big group, but maybe you are chosen? You ever thought of that? Walk with me on this for a second. In other words, you have been given inside of you, everything that's inside of you. There is nobody on this earth that's like you, period. No other copy, nobody. It's you and you alone. The set of instructions that are embedded in your DNA, nobody else has that, period. Nobody else has that. You have been chosen to be a carrier of a specific legacy, to carry that out, to manifest that on the earth. You have been chosen. Stop thinking of this whole kingdom of people that are all going to come together and we all of us collectively have chosen. Stop thinking that way. You individually have been chosen. There's no other person here on the earth that can do the assignment that I have been assigned to do. So I have been chosen to do this assignment, just like you have been chosen to do your assignment. I can't do your assignment and you can't do mine. So we have to start thinking that it's time for us to stop thinking in this big group think and start thinking smaller. In other words, you think for yourself, you prioritize yourself, but then there's other people that are going to come your way that are going to partner with you where they will help you and you help them. Stop. And if you're going to continue to think this way, where it's this one big group and we all going to come together and we all going to build together, it's not happening, family. Do you know how many times we have talked about doing things? We're going to build this, we're going to do this. Look at the city of Atlanta, for example. Look at what that's become. This was supposed to be a black Mecca. I mean, literally, where, it was just going to be this one big thing. All black people, we all come together and we're going to build this and we're going to do this. Look at what's happened. We can go down the list of different things. And where does this come from? Like I said, we can blame and say the system put this in us where it's taught us not to trust one another. That's true. I'll give you that. Okay, that's true. All right, I'll definitely give you that. But what has happened since then? Do you understand? And so I think right now we are past the time of still trying to carry this mindset, thinking that it's this whole group mindset. You got to start thinking on a much smaller scale, and you can still be effective. You can still retain your identity. You can still retain who you really are as an individual and never lose yourself. There are all kinds of things that we can be doing you can be doing right now as an individual. And the only reason why you have not done it is because you're waiting for somebody else to lead you and tell you to do it. It's time for you to stop doing that. And it's time for you to start doing for you right now. You understand? Now, our job here on this platform, what we're doing is that because we continue to love our people. Like I said, that's not going anywhere. But whoever is willing to listen, hey, we're going to tell you, we're going to give you the information, we're going to give you tools or whatever. But we also know, too, that the majority of y'all who are listening to us, you're not with us. Do you understand? With us meaning in present. You're not on the day to day. Do you understand what I'm saying? But we can encourage each other. I can encourage you that, hey, in your small network, in your small group, be better, do good, keep going. You understand what I'm saying? In my small group, the same thing. And we're going to continue to encourage one another as we should. But at the same time, understand you are not equipped to walk with everybody. You understand what I'm saying? You can't. Even your own people, you can't. So this is, I hope that you really get something out of this, because we gotta be thinking along these lines, because if we're not, I'm telling you, you're gonna be very disappointed. Now, what I'm gonna do, we're gonna end this video with this audio that I came across. I be honest with y'all, family, I don't know who wrote it. I don't know where it came from. If I do figure that out, I will put that in the video. But I want you to take a listen to what is being said in this audio. It's quite amazing. And I hope you get something out of it. Family, listen, you guys take care. Love you very much. You take care, and I'll see you next time.
Have you ever wondered why you find it challenging to be around large groups of people? You may not be aware of it, but you might be what's known as a chosen one in the realm of spirituality. Keep watching, and you'll find out the reason you can't stand being around groups of people. Chosen ones possess a unique energy that affects those around them in profound ways. Their presence emits an intensity that both captivates and unsettles those nearby. This energy is not easily ignored. It draws people in, evoking a sense of curiosity and admiration. However, it also triggers feelings of vulnerability and discomfort in others. Imagine walking into a room and feeling a shift in the atmosphere as soon as a chosen one enters. It's as if the air becomes charged with an invisible force, stirring up emotions and thoughts within those present. This intensity can be overwhelming for some, leading to a sense of unease or intimidation. The aura of chosen ones is not just a product of their charisma or charm. It's rooted in their wisdom and strength. There's a depth to their presence that goes beyond surface-level interactions. People are drawn to them because they sense something powerful and profound within them. This intense energy creates a paradoxical situation for chosen ones. While they have the ability to connect deeply with others, it also leads to a sense of isolation. The very qualities that make them special can also set them apart from those around them. This dichotomy can be challenging for chosen ones to navigate. On one hand, they crave connection and understanding from others. But on the other hand, their intense presence can be overwhelming for people who are not accustomed to it. Chosen ones often find solace in solitude or in small, intimate circles where their essence can be fully appreciated. While they may be capable of engaging with larger social gatherings, the intensity and depth of their being often clash with the superficiality commonly found in such settings. Picture a chosen one at a crowded party, surrounded by noise and chatter. Despite being physically present, they may feel a sense of disconnect or discomfort amidst the surface-level interactions. This discrepancy between the depth of their thoughts and the shallowness of the conversations can be jarring. In contrast, solitude offers chosen ones the opportunity to explore their inner worlds without distraction. It allows them to recharge their energy and reflect on their spiritual journey. Rather than a retreat from society, their solitude is a conscious choice to preserve their authenticity and integrity. Intimate circles, consisting of individuals who understand and appreciate their depth, provide a sense of belonging and connection. These relationships are built on mutual respect and understanding, allowing chosen ones to express themselves freely without fear of judgment or misunderstanding. For chosen ones, quality always outweighs quantity when it comes to social interactions. They value deep, meaningful connections over superficial acquaintanceships. This preference for solitude and intimacy is not a rejection of others, but a reflection of their commitment to authenticity and self-discovery. The paradoxical presence of chosen ones often evokes both fascination and fear in those around them. While their aura beckons others to seek deeper connections, it also intimidates individuals who fear being seen authentically. This fear of vulnerability and exposure can lead many to retreat from profound interactions, resulting in a sense of isolation for the chosen ones. Imagine a chosen one attempting to open up to someone, only to be met with resistance or avoidance. Despite their genuine intentions, their intensity can be overwhelming for those who are not ready to confront their own insecurities or face the truth reflected back at them. This dichotomy creates a painful reality for chosen ones. Their very presence can be a barrier to the meaningful connections they crave. The fear of rejection or judgment often leads them to withdraw into solitude, where they feel safe from the prying eyes of society. The isolation experienced by chosen ones is not by choice, but by necessity. It is a defense mechanism against the constant barrage of misunderstandings and misconceptions they encounter in their interactions with others. Rather than risk being rejected or misunderstood, they choose to retreat into themselves, where they can find solace in their own company. For chosen ones, the quest for genuine connections is often fraught with struggles and challenges. Their intense energy and depth can be unsettling for many, leading to a reluctance to engage in meaningful interactions. Instead, they may find themselves surrounded by superficial relationships that fail to satisfy their need for connection. Imagine a chosen one searching for someone who can match their intensity and depth, only to be met with disappointment time and time again. Despite their best efforts, they struggle to find individuals who are willing and able to engage with them on a deeper level. This struggle is not limited to external factors. Chosen ones also grapple with their own insecurities and fears. They may worry that their intensity will drive others away, or that they will never find the genuine connection they crave. These internal struggles can further hinder their ability to form meaningful relationships. Despite these challenges, chosen ones remain hopeful and resilient. They understand that true connections are rare and precious, and they are willing to put in the effort to cultivate them. While they may encounter setbacks along the way, they refuse to settle for anything less than authentic, soulful connections. The journey of chosen ones is not merely a personal quest for connection and understanding, it is also a form of spiritual warfare. Their authentic presence acts as a mirror, reflecting back the inauthenticity and falsehoods present in society. This disruptive authenticity challenges established norms and societal expectations, often leading to avoidance and confrontation from those who are uncomfortable with their radical honesty. Imagine a chosen one speaking out against injustice or challenging the status quo, only to be met with resistance and hostility from those who benefit from maintaining the status quo. Despite the backlash, they refuse to compromise their principles or dilute their message. They understand that their role as warriors for truth requires them to stand firm in the face of adversity. This spiritual warfare is not limited to external battles. Chosen ones also face internal struggles as they confront their own demons and shadows. They must constantly strive to align their actions with their values and integrity, even in the face of temptation or self-doubt. Despite the challenges they face, chosen ones remain committed to their mission. They understand that true liberation requires courage and sacrifice, and they are willing to pay the price for the greater good. Their solitary path may be difficult, but it is also deeply meaningful, as it allows them to contribute to the evolution of humanity and the awakening of collective consciousness. Chosen ones inherently diverge from mainstream culture and societal norms. Their unique perspectives, values, and energies set them apart from the crowd, often leaving them feeling like outsiders in a world that prioritizes conformity and sameness. Imagine a chosen one navigating through the routines and expectations of society, feeling like a square peg trying to fit into a round hole. Despite their efforts to blend in, they cannot shake the feeling of being different, of not quite belonging. This sense of divergence is not a flaw or weakness. It is a fundamental aspect of who they are. Chosen ones see the world through a different lens, one that challenges conventional wisdom and invites deeper questioning. Rather than conforming to societal expectations, chosen ones find solace in solitude or in the company of like-minded individuals who understand and appreciate their uniqueness. These communities provide a safe haven where they can be themselves without fear of judgment or rejection. In embracing their divergence, chosen ones pave the way for new perspectives and possibilities. They remind us that true belonging comes from within, from honoring our inner truths and staying true to ourselves even in the face of opposition. Chosen ones are called towards a destiny beyond the ordinary, compelled by a higher purpose that demands unwavering commitment to introspection and spiritual pursuits. This call to greatness is not a mere suggestion, but a profound inner knowing that drives them to seek meaning and fulfillment beyond the confines of everyday existence. Imagine a chosen one feeling the pull of their higher purpose, like a distant beacon guiding them towards their true path. Despite the challenges and uncertainties they may face along the way, they cannot ignore the call echoing within their soul. For chosen ones, solitude becomes more than just a preference. It becomes a strategic choice in service of their higher purpose. It allows them to cultivate their inner landscapes, to dive deep into the depths of their being, and to connect with universal energies that transcend the limitations of the material world. In embracing their higher purpose, chosen ones find a sense of clarity and purpose that transcends the chaos and confusion of everyday life. They understand that their journey is part of a larger tapestry, a grand design woven by the hands of fate and destiny. Despite the solitude and challenges they may face, chosen ones remain steadfast in their commitment to their higher purpose. They understand that their journey is not just about personal fulfillment, but about contributing to the greater good and serving the highest ideals of humanity. Embracing self-acceptance and empowerment is pivotal for chosen ones in navigating their unique journey. It begins with recognizing and honoring their sensitivity to energy. This sensitivity is not a weakness, but a profound gift, allowing them to perceive the world in ways others may not. By acknowledging this gift, chosen ones can harness its transformative power. Setting healthy boundaries is another crucial aspect of empowerment. Chosen ones often find themselves bombarded with the energies and expectations of others. Establishing clear boundaries helps protect their own energy and maintain emotional balance. Saying no when necessary and prioritizing self-care are vital components of this process. Cultivating inner strength is an ongoing practice for chosen ones. This involves nurturing resilience in the face of adversity and finding inner peace amidst chaos. Building a strong foundation of self-belief allows them to navigate challenges with grace and confidence. Through mindfulness and self-reflection, they can tap into their inner reservoirs of strength and resilience. Embracing self-acceptance involves embracing all aspects of oneself, including perceived flaws and imperfections.